वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम् श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थे सुभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्म हृदयादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शुभं मिथो धिया मनश्च भद्रं भजता दधोक्षजे आवेश्यतां नवमतिरप्यहेतुकी Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 9, verse number 12. The prayers of Prahlad Maharaj to Lord Nrsimhadev. And we read in the previous verses how he was explaining that Lord is pleased only by Bhakti and not any other qualities. Even if one has the most wonderful character but is a non-devotee, that is not pleasing to him, because these qualities ultimately will become the cause of his pride and fall down. It's only devotion which makes one situated in proper position as a servant of the Lord and as a humble person, and becomes situated in the constitutional position of being Dasa. Das Bhut Harerega Nanyasti Kadachana. So that is actually the situation of living being, that we are Dasa Bhuta. And Dasa only of Hari, not of anyone else. So unless one comes to realize this fact, one remains in a troublesome situation. So, a part is meant for the whole, and because we are part of the Lord, we are meant only for Him. And if we do not acknowledge this fact, then that's what is called Asura. So the difference, the contrast between father and son, Hiranyakashipu and Prahlad, is this. Hiranyakashipu also had many wonderful qualities. He was not an ordinary person. He had good qualities also in him. He was learned, very austere. But all his qualities were only troublesome because of not being a devotee. And then we see Prahlad, who is an ideal bhakta. So therefore he brings this distinction. He said that even if somebody is a Brahmana and all 12 wonderful qualities, then it does not please the Lord. Because such a person cannot purify himself because of his pride and mentality to think that he is independent of God, when the fact is that nobody is independent of God. So therefore he says that Lord, he is not looking for honor and respect, but it is only for our benefit. This is what is to be understood, because many times people think that it is God who needs our bhakti, but it is we who benefit, and otherwise we are the loser. So he gave this example of face and its reflection in the mirror. So only if you beautify the face, then the reflection is beautified. Otherwise you try to beautify the reflection, you will only mess up the mirror also. And after some time the face will not be even visible. You don't even see it. So that's what happens, that if we try to be independent and look for our honor, respect, worship for ourselves, and after some time even we are lost. Means we get completely ignorant of the truth. But if respect is given to the Lord, then it comes to you ultimately. So therefore he says, Tasmadaham vigata viklaveshwarasya sarvatmana mahi granami yatha manisham nicho jaya guna vishargam anupravishtaha puyeta ye nihipumananu varnitena. So he says, therefore, without any hesitation, I am glorifying the Lord as per my capacity. Yatha manisham, because nobody can fully glorify the Lord, He is unlimited. So he says, as per my ability, capacity, my understanding, I am praising. Nicho, although I am a low person, I am an asura, Daitya, born in a asuric family and having the association of asuras, still I am praying to the Lord because I have understood that this is what should be done. And by this he says, Gana Visarga Manuk Pravishta Puyate Puman Anuvanate, that others also will benefit by hearing it or repeating it. People who are bound by the gunas, Guna Visarga Manuk Pravishta, whose mind, whose senses, they are steeped into materialism, so they will also benefit from this. So not only Prahlad says that he is benefiting, but even others will benefit. And the benefit is that they will get out of this bondage. Yasmadeva bhavan bhaktyayeva tushyati natu sajjatyadibhi yasmat chatvat sammanam khalu atmaneva phalati tasmad aham nicho api. So he says that because you are pleased only by bhakti and not by anything else, not by high birth, sajjati, and because giving respect to you ultimately comes back to us. So he says, therefore, although I am low-born, I am reciting your glories. Yena tvam mahimna anuvarnitayena gun visarga sansar vyadhim anupushto janapuyet. So actually this is the only benefit which people can have, that they become free from their bondage, from their suffering, from their attachments. Otherwise, everybody has to just suffer continuously in this material world because of the gunas. Sarve hiyamim vidhikarastav sattvadhamno brahmadeyo vayamiveshana chodvijanta kshemaya bhute ut atma sukhaya chasya vikriditam bhagavato ruchiravatari. He says that all these nice devotees like Brahma who are standing here, they are not like me, who is troubled because of my birth, my association. So, Kshemaya Bhuteye Ut Atma Sukhaya Chasya Vikriditam Bhagavato Ruchiravatari. So you take various avatars in this material world, very beautiful avatars, and you play, and that brings welfare to the world and also pleasure to yourself. So Lord, He comes in this world, and that is the great fortune of people here. Because if He does not come, we will never know about Him. It's not possible. Nobody has the ability to figure out. All these big scientists, they cannot figure out that there is God. So, our material mind cannot reach Him. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasasa. Our speech, our mind do not have the ability to approach, because mind is material and He is transmaterial, He is spiritual, He is adhyatmika, He is beyond mind, He is beyond sense perception. So therefore, only by His grace He appears. So therefore He said, Kshemaya Bhutaya. That is the real Kshema, real welfare and real opulence of human beings. And He comes and He performs His activities here. And He plays so Atma Sukhaya and various types of avatars. So therefore He says that these people like Brahma, Sattva Dhamma, who are situated in Sattva, they do not feel disturbed because they take pleasure in hearing about the Lord, doing service to Him. So that's what others should also do. Vayam asura eva asmin jagati abhakta mandabhagya. He says we are asuras, and therefore we are most unfortunate in this world. All others are devotees. Annetu sarveta bhakta bhuriva. Others, because all these people, they all came and they prayed to the Lord. So He says they are highly fortunate. Sarve vidhikara tvam niyoga kartaro dasa. Why they are fortunate? Because they are following your order. We have appointed some service to them. All these devas which came, Gandharvas, Apsaras, they all have their appointed duties which they perform. So He says we are asuras, we are the only one who are going around creating trouble for others and ultimately for ourselves. Because we try to think that we how to enjoy. So therefore He says that we are highly unfortunate. Nachavaya Masuraiva where Bhava Vatvad Udvijanta. So he says that you are not disturbed. We are always disturbed. Why? Because we are envious of others. So you become envious of others and you are disturbed. So he says these people are not disturbed. They cooperate with each other. Atavasya svabhaktarupasya vishwasya chemaya bhutaye sampatye cha atmanasvasya cha sukhartam tavide tavedam asurvadadhi vikreditam. So then one may say, then why he killed Hiranyakashipu? So he says, that is his Leela and to give pleasure to the people. Because Asuras are those who create disturbance in the society, create imbalance in nature. And divine people are those who maintain. Because Sattva means maintenance, and Rajas and Tamas leads to destruction and disturbance. So that's what Asuras, Daityas are. So he says that these people, they are all nicely maintaining the universe. Hiranyakashipu was causing disturbance. He has usurped the power from all of them. So now you have done a great service by killing him. So although Hiranyakashipu is his father, but he is also happy that he is killed. And that does not mean that he was having any envy towards him, but this has to be done. So in Bhagavad Gita we have Arjuna who was saying, how can I kill my relatives? And here Hiranyakashipu is killed and Prahlad says, yes, this is good. And of course he did not kill himself, he does not have to kill, but at least he is appreciated. So that means he is not materially attached. Because our attachment should not be material but spiritual. Means what Lord likes, that's what we should like. What he does not like, we should also not like. That is the meaning of surrender. Anukulyasya sankalpa pratikulyasya vajna. So to do what is favorable, pleasing to the Lord, to whom we surrender, and to avoid what is not favorable. So Hiranyakashipu was not doing favorable act. So if he is killed now, then Prahlad has no repentance for that. Not thinking that, oh, my father is killed now. So he should be. तद्यच्छमन्युमसुरस्य हतस्त्वयाद्य मोदेत साधुरपि वृश्चिक सर्पहत्या लोकाश्च निर्वृतिं मितः प्रतियन्ति सर्वे रूपं नृसिंह विवहाय जनाः स्मरन्ति. So he says, please now give up your anger. So, because Brahma has told that you approach Hiranya and Lord Nrsimhadev and try to propitiate him because he is in a very angry mood. So he says now, please give up this anger and even a sadhu becomes happy. Because you may say, why are you not feeling sad that your father is killed? So he says, sadhus are happy if a scorpion or a snake is killed. Because scorpion will bite and inject his poison into you. That's same with snake. So sadhurapi bodheta vrishchika sarvhatya. So he was worse than snake. A snake will bite once, doesn't have an unlimited poison, can bite one or two people. But Hiranyakashipu was terrorizing the whole planet. And scorpions are lying in some corner, they don't even come out much unless you go near them. These snakes are moving around. So they can also come to our basement. So lokascha nirvritim ita pratyanti. He says now people are very happy. Everybody is happy. And sarve rupam nrsimha vibhaya jana smaranti. And everybody is remembering you, your form, because you have made everyone free from fear. So Lord's feet are called Abhaya Charan. If you take shelter of them, then you become free from fear. So he says that they are all fearless now. Finally this person is dead. It's like if there is a snake in the room, everybody is full of fear. If there is one snake comes here, everybody will become troubled. Instead of listening to the class, you'll think, where is the snake? So you can imagine how much people were troubled by Hiranyakashipu. Snake will only walk on the ground. Hiranyakashipu was moving everywhere. Yasmad vishwasya shemadi abhut tasmat manyum yacha durikuru. Now because the world is happy, so now you can give up your anger. The job is done. Anger also has a purpose. So you have achieved your purpose, now you can give it up. Nanu pardukhena sukhitvat kathamasya vishwasya sadhutvam tatra. So he says, how these people are you are calling as happy and nice by seeing somebody's death, when Hiranyakashipu is killed and people are happy, and then you say they are sadhus. He says, what kind of sadhus are these? So sadhu is one who only wants everybody's welfare. So why sadhus would be happy? You are saying that they are all happy. So then he says, sadhu is also happy sometimes if snake is killed. Parodvejaka vrishchika sarpadinam hatya ahimsaya anyakritya mode. So because snake, scorpion, they only give trouble to others and without any reason. It's not that there is a reason. If snake does not bite, nobody is going to do anything to snake. But everybody becomes scared because they will bite you at first instance. So he says that if someone kills a snake or a scorpion, then sadhu also feels happy. Vidher na sadhutvam. So therefore Brahma is not a sadhu if he is happy. So how can Brahma be considered a sadhu? Because Hiranyakashipu is killed. So he says, because sadhu also feels happy. And actually Hiranyakashipu is his son, and Marichi's son is Kashyapa, and Kashyapa's son is. So he is what? great grandson. Brahma, right? Because Brahma's son is Marichi, Marichi's son is Kashyap, and Kashyap's son is Hiranyakashyap. So he's actually related to Brahma. So still Brahma is happy. Brahma must be very detached. So family member. Pratiyanti tav dushta nigraha shishta palan kartritve pratitin prapnanti. So now the people of this world, they are realizing how you control a rogue and protect those who are well behaved. न चाहता param tav etadrish avatar apeksha api itya. So now onwards, there is no need for you to manifest such a form. So now you don't have trouble. Why? Because your name itself is enough. He Narsingha tab rupam eva idam vibhayaya bhava bhayaya smarantite. Says now onwards, whenever somebody is in fear, just think of Narsingha. So if you remember Narsingha, then your fear will go away. And no asura will trouble you. So you don't have to personally come. Te asmad rupad aham na bibhemi. So tad roop smarneneva atah param bhita asura nakshanti. So he says that now onwards the asuras, they will be vanquished just by remembering the form of Narsingha. So remember Narsingha, then asuras will run away. Naham bibhemi ajitayate bhayan kasya jimphar ka netra bhukuti ravasogra danstrat antra sajay kshata keshara shankukarna nirhad bhita vibha dari bhinna nakhandrat. So he says that I do not fear seeing your ferocious form. And then he describes how he is seeing him. So naham bibhemi ajita te ati bhayanakasya. He says your mouth looking so terrible. And then there is a tongue inside moving sharp. And arka netra, and so. And your eyes which are shining like sun. And your eyebrows twist, and Ravasho Ugra Danstrat, and then you have this teeth looking very fearsome. And Antra Shraja, you are wearing the garland of intestines, and with blood dripping from them. And Kshata Keshara, Kshataja Keshara, Shankukarna. And your mane, your hair around your neck, they have drops of blood in them. Because when he tore his stomach, then there was a stream of blood. And Shankukarna, your ears very sharp, raised up. And Nirhada Bhita, Digi Bha Dari Bhinnana. So even the elephants, there are supposed to be 8 directions, and there are big gazelles, the directional elephants which are supporting this universe. So he says even they got scared by your sound, and they are making big noise, big elephants. So, Ari Bhinna Nakhagrat told the belly of the Hiranyakashipu. So your nails so sharp. Asur jatitvepi anyasham asuranamiva tvatto na me bhayam ityaha nahamiti. So he says that although I am born in the Asura Jati, in the family of Asuras, like other Asuras, I don't fear him. Because the Asuras were very much scared of him. Tayasmad rupad aham na bibhimi. I don't have any fear from this form of yours. Kidrishat, and then he describes the form ati bhayanaka, very fearsome. Anyone who sees this will just get scared. Ashyam jivha, so the tongue in the mouth moving. Artulya netrani, and eyes very brilliant, resplendent like sun. Bhrukutya rabasha atopa ugradhanashta, and then your eyebrows moving, and big teeth. Yatra tasmat antramaya shajo, and then this garland of intestines. Tadantrashak tasmat chatjakta keshara, and then your hair full of blood. Yasmin shankuvat unnatau stabdhauka, and then this ear like triangle up, sharp going, shankukarna. Tacha tasmat nirhadena bhita digiva, and then you made all this sound that the elephants also got scared. So arim bhindanti iti arim hinditani nakhagrani, and then your sharp nails, which were so sharp like knife that they tore off the belly of Hiranyakashipu. So he said, I don't fear this at all, but there is something else I fear. So then he speaks that. Trastosmi ham kripana vatsala dussahogra samsara chakra kadanagra sutam pranitaha baddha swakarm bhiru sattamate vimulam pritopavarva sharanam bhase kadam. So he says, what I am afraid of is this material association. This suffering of the material world, dussahas ugra sansara chakra kadanat grastam pranit. This material world which is swallowing me, this association of all these asuras. So this is what I am scared of. So when will you carry me in the association of your devotees? Prito apvarg sharanam vaise kadanu baddha swakarm bhiru sattamate grimulam. I am bound by my own karma. I am suffering here in this material world. So when will I get the association of your devotees? So the fear, real fear is not fear of death or fear of not having some other qualities, but fear is of bad association. Because if association is bad, then it will influence us and we will remain bound. So therefore all the devotees do not pray anything but service, but Prahlad is praying that somehow he should get out of this demonic association. So kada vaise kada no. When will you call me? When will I be Apvarga Sharna, having the shelter of your feet? Kintu tad vaimukhya pradayaka dukkha dussangadi bheva. So why bad association is the cause of fear? Because through bad association we become non-devotees. We forget the Lord, because devotees are only interested in materialistic activities. So if you associate with them, then that's what you also become. So he said, that's what I fear. So we should always be careful about our association. Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra Ka. Lavamatra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Hai. So Chaitanya Charitamrita is saying that have Sadhu Sangha. Tasmad Dussanga Vatsrijya Bhaj Sadhu Sangha. So give up Dussanga, bad association, and have Sadhu Sangha. So this is very important. And now these days Sadhu Sangha is most rare. Dussanga is freely available anywhere, everywhere. Now you don't even have to go anywhere. You can sit in your house, open television, go on internet. So all kind of Dussanga you can get free of cost. So no need of even taking any trouble. Everything is already there inside. So Sadhu Sangha is very rare. So therefore he said that I am only afraid of this bad association. I don't fear anything else. All your teeth, your nails, they are fine with me. You can get angry and show your fearsome eyes, no problem. I look at them and feel happy. And this bad association is what gives me chills. So tad vaimukhya pradayaka dukkha dussangadi bhaya bhita asmi itihatrasta. Dussaha yattu tvam ninda dveshadi mayatvad ugram sansara chakra kadam. So he says, why the material world is called suffering? He says, because this is full of people who are only criticizing you, or who do not like you. Tvam ninda dvesha adi mayatvad. So, because those who are not devotees, they are not interested in the Lord. If you speak about it, they will become upset. So he says, that's what I fear. Natu sadharan samsarat. So I don't fear the normal material world. I fear the association of people who are non-devotees. Prahlada bhi prayo vyakhya. So he says, this is how it should be explained. Means Prahlad is not afraid of material world in general. He is not asking, give me mukti, let me under this. So when he says sansara, it means the type of sansara in which he was living. He was not living with normal people, but asuric people, who were against God. His own father was completely against. Hiranyakashipu considered Vishnu and his enemy. He was only thinking how to kill Vishnu. So he said, this is what I am afraid of. I don't want such parents. I don't want that I have to be born in such a family again. I don't mind being in the material world if I am devotee parents. So this is basically what he is fearful of. He says, trastos. I'm scared. नैवोद्विजय पर दुरत्य वैतरण्यास्तद वीर्य गायन महामृतमग्र चित्त. Because later on he himself will say in verse number 43 that I do not fear even hell if I have the facility to sing about you. So therefore it should not be thought that he is just afraid of material world in general. That's not his fear. Fear is only of non-devotees, their association, their influence. Especially if you have to serve non-devotees, you have to live under the control of non-devotees. As in case of Prahlad, he was a boy, his father was a non-devotee. And then he had teachers who were also teaching about non-devotion. So that's, he said, this is a really fear. Yataha grastam tvad bhaktam mam bhakshitum eva ichchatam suranam madhya pranitum. So he says, I have been thrown in the midst of all these asuras who are not devoted to you, and they are like eating me. I feel like as if they are taking away my very life. So he says, Pranita means I have been thrown here amongst them. So then, as if Lord Nrsingadeva is asking him a question, Nanu tvam kim maya nikshipta? So he says, do you mean to say that I have thrown you among these asuras? So then Prahlad said, Nahi nahi, itya baddha san karmi eva. He says, it is only because of my own karma. So I have my karma, therefore I have to take birth in such a family. It has nothing to do with you. Why would you throw me in the midst of asuras? What is your pleasure? Tasmat kadanu prita san apvarga bhuta shana tavangri kamalam prati vayasa. So when will be that opportunity that you will be pleased with me and bring me to your feet, padsamhanartham samahavasya, that I will be able to come and serve your feet. When will I get that opportunity? So this is the desire of his heart. The devotee is not happy in the association of non-devotees. He feels completely suffocated and is always waiting when can he get out from that. And quicker the better. Yasmat priya priya viyoga sanyoga janma shokagnina sakalyon sudahyamana dukkhosadam tadapi dukkhamatidhya ham dhuman brahmami vadme tavadasya yogam. So he says that in this material world, going through various births, I am having sometimes meeting people whom I like, sometimes I am separation from them, and sometimes birth, sometimes death, lamentation. All these things we are facing, and whenever there is a problem, we try to find a solution for that. But he says that the solution is worse than the problem. So he says, dukkha asudham tadapi dukkha. So he says, we suffer, come into some miserable position, and then we try to find a solution for that. So he says that gives another problem. And in this way we remain in the cycle of problems. It's like medicines, modern medicine, you take medicine to cure one disease and then the medicine gives you another disease, iatrogenic disease. And then to cure that you get another one, and then you get another one. So you get into cycle of medicines. So he says like this, in the material world the solution is worse than the problem, because then you get hooked onto that. So he says that has been my life. So it is not because of you, but because of my own karma, because of my own decisions that I made. So, Nanu Madangri Sevaya Kim Karishyasi. Lord is asking a question that you are saying that you want to do service to my feet. He says, what will you gain by that? You go and massage somebody's feet. What do you get? He says, be here. Your father is dead. Enjoy the kingdom. Because you will naturally get it. He says, Patrikam Trijagadashvarya Sukham Tavad Bhungsha. So you are getting the paternal property, kingdom of your father. He was ruling all over the three worlds, so now you rule. What will you gain by coming and massaging your feet? So then he says, Yasmat priyair apriyaischa yathasankyam viyoga sanyogabhyam. So he says that in this material world, those who are dear to us, we are having separation from them. And those whom we don't like, we get the union with them. And we don't want to die, we die. So yogabhyam janma yasya ten. And then there is a fire of lamentation, separation from the beloved ones. Sakalyonishu. So this is happening in all species of life. Rajdehe api tadrisha shokagni dahasya nasambhava. So even if you become a king, still that does not mean that you are free from suffering. People are very eager to become king in the olden days. But actually you become a king, then you have more headache. At least you have to carry the crown on your head. Otherwise you are free. And you have to all the time carry this weight. So what is the big fun in having this weight on your head? So that shows that now you have this weight, means you have this big responsibility on your head. It looks attractive to others only, but one who has to carry it, he only knows how troublesome it is. And it may be probably hurting your skull after some time, right? It is too heavy after some time, it will start hurting. That's why they have to keep long hair. So he says, it doesn't matter, you become a king, then also there is a shokagni, there is a fire of lamentation, distress. There are so many situations, at least when you are a normal person, you have very limited field to deal with. You become a king, your field increases. So there are more anxieties, more troubles. And then there is always a fear that somebody is going to snatch away your crown. Nanu shokagne pratikara api behavo vartante. So then Prahlad, when he said that, Lord Ashwini says, what is the problem? If you have distress, there are so many solutions to get rid of your distress. You can drink and take a drug. Take an injection, some pill. These days there are pills available for everything. So what is the problem? Now you can have pills called bliss pill, right? So have one and get into bliss. Ecstasy. Okay, that is even better. I only knew about bliss. So he says, Dukhasya asudham pratikaras tadapi dukkham eva. He says that the solution for suffering is also suffering. Because you take the pill, you feel happy for some time, then the effect goes away. Then again the same darkness. So then you have to take another one, and then slowly you have to take two, because now one will not work. Your senses become so dull, and so much poison goes into your body, you need more poison. So he says, therefore, the solution is even more troublesome. Tadapi atidhiya adukha buddhya eva sukaradiyano api ham sukhi iti buddhya eva brahma. He says, still I am wandering in various forms of life like a pig. So pig life is not very good, because they are only kept for killing. They are raised and fed, made fat, and then they are killed. That's their life. So he says, still pig also thinks that he is happy. So this is because of not having proper knowledge. Atad buddhi. Atastav dasyasya yogam upayam vada kena upayana tav dasyam prapnayam tat tattvam eva. So therefore Prahlad is saying that please tell me, how can I come to you? How can I get an opportunity to serve you? I have served enough people in every species of life. Now I just want to be your servant. So how can I achieve that position? Tat tattvam eva. This instruct me in that only. Tad dasyavatve sati nana yogina yoni gatasyapi name kinopi dukkhanti. And if I can become your servant, then I don't mind even if I have to take birth in so many species. If I become a pig and I'm your servant, that is fine. I don't mind. So that is Prahlad's prayer. We will stop here if there is any question.
You were talking about that Lana was detached from when Hiranyakasipu was killed. He actually was happy. But before that, he tried to preach him. So that means that he was attached to his father before, and then he understood.
No, attached, not materially. He wanted that father also become the devotee, like he preached to anybody. So he preached to him. Not only had the wrong effect. So you have to be careful whom to preach. That is the message. If somebody is very asuric, don't try to preach to him. Otherwise you will be in trouble.
And then, how do we manage this? Because I'm also coming, handle this, because I'm also coming from an Asuric family, right?
So you have to be away from the asuras. That's what he was saying. Please take me away from this Asuric family people. I don't want to be with them. So the only thing I fear is this association of the asuras.
Even if the Asura is favorable, that
if they are favorable, then good, make them devotees. But if they are not favorable and they are envious of you, then give them up.
okay.
But what is the use of such relatives who are only criticizing and troubling you and will speak against the Lord? That's what he said. That this is the suffering here in the material world if I have to hear your criticism. He says that is the ugra dukkha.
Also, how to deal with them, because we, in Western countries, like we are surrounded, like we have to work with them as like.
Yeah, when you work, there is no problem. Like don't go to their parties.
Of course.
work, you do your work. Problem comes associating means you mix with them and you appreciate their thoughts, their faith in materialism. That is the meaning. And we also have to deal with so many people here who live with. It's not that we only deal with devotees, we also deal with materialistic people. But we are not listening to their sermons, or we are not interested in their thought process or their beliefs. So in the material world, what can you expect? We are not in Vaikuntha. We have to deal with materialistic people. But we don't associate.
We are supposed to not eating with them.
There's no need to eat with them.
Not eating.
Nothing to do. I think you said that associating is not sometimes just small talking to material, to that. That's not association exactly. Very short thing, like in normal.
If you have some business to do, then that's all right. Talking is to, like, being friendly and then spending time and listening to their katha
Spending time and listening to the katha.
and then relishing that.
And listening to the katha.
Okay.